Hello, my name is Tabitha Jones, and this is my speech to actuate. Imagine waking up every day feeling overwhelmed, anxious, or depressed, but staying silent because you're afraid of being judged, misunderstood, or labeled as weak or dramatic. For millions of people, this isn't hypothetical, it's their daily reality. Today, I want to persuade you to support mental health awareness and actively work to reduce the stigma surrounding mental health challenges. This matters to all of us. According to the National Alliance of Mental Illness, often called NAMI, 1 in 5 adults in the US experiences a mental health condition each year. Yet stigma remains one of the biggest barriers preventing them from seeking help. That's not just a statistic, that's our classmates, coworkers, friends, and family. I've researched this topic using reputable organizations like NAMI, the CDC, and the World Health Organization. And I also try to speak openly about mental health in my own life. I've seen how powerful it can be when someone feels safe enough to ask for help. Today we'll look at 3 key ideas. The first, the problem, how stigma harms people and prevents them from seeking help. 2 is the solution, how awareness, education, and open conversations can reduce stigma. And 3, the future, what happens if we act, as well as what happens if we don't. Let's begin by taking a clear look at the problems created by mental health stigma. Stigma prevents people from reaching out for help, speaking openly, and receiving the support that they need. Many people hide their symptoms because they fear being judged. Others avoid counseling because they worry people will think that they're unstable, dramatic, or seeking attention. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, over half of adults with mental health conditions do not receive treatment, and stigma is one of the major reasons why. This isn't a small issue. Left untreated, mental health conditions can worsen over time, affecting academic performances, relationships, work, and overall well-being. The World Health Organization reports that stigma is one of the leading barriers to mental health care worldwide, and this problem affects every one of us. Think about your friends, your family, or even yourself. Chances are you or someone you know has struggled but stayed silent. NAMI reports that young adults are the most likely age group to avoid seeking help because they fear being judged. The evidence is clear. Stigma is widespread, harmful, and deeply personal. Without addressing it, people will continue to suffer in silence. But now that we understand the problem, let's look at the solutions we can use to reduce stigma and support mental health awareness. The solution is to actively support awareness, use respectful language, encourage conversations, and promote education about mental health conditions. Mental health awareness simply means understanding symptoms, knowing what resources exist, and learning how to support others. Reducing stigma means challenging stereotypes and replacing judgment with empathy. So, how do we do that? First, start conversations. Even a simple, "How are you really doing?" can open a door. Second, use non judgmental language. Avoid calling someone crazy, dramatic, or weak. Third, share accurate information from reliable sources like NAMI, the CDC, or the World Health Organization. Fourth, support people who open up. Listen without trying to fix everything. Finally, encourage others to seek help without shame, whether it's counseling, talking to a friend, or reaching out to a support line. These strategies work. Schools that have implemented mental health programs report increases in students seeking help early. National campaigns like Seize the Awkward and You Are Not Alone have successfully reduced stigma among young adults by normalizing conversations about mental health. Some people argue that mental health is a personal issue, but research consistently shows that community support improves outcomes. Studies also show that open conversations build resilience and reduce long-term harm. Supporting awareness and reducing stigma is simple, effective, and proven to help people feel safer seeking help. Now imagine what our future could look like if we took action. and what it could look like if we don't. Imagine a community where people feel comfortable asking for help without fear of judgment. A community where friends check in on one another, where conversations about mental health feel normal, and where seeking help is a sign of strength, not a weakness. According to NAMI, early support leads to better long term outcomes, which means healthier, happier, and more resilient communities. But if we choose not to act, the consequences are serious. People will continue to struggle in silence, conditions may worsen, leading to more crises and long term harm. And the cycle of stigma will continue affecting students, friends, loved ones, and entire communities. The choice is clear. Supporting mental health awareness leads to a healthier future. Ignoring it allows suffering to continue. My purpose today was to persuade you to support mental health awareness and to work to reduce the stigma surrounding mental health challenges. We've discussed the problem. Stigma prevents people from seeking help. We explored the solution, promoting awareness, education, and open conversations. And we visualized the future where a supportive community is possible, but only if we take action. So here is my call to action. Speak openly about mental health and support others who do the same. Starting today, use respectful language, share accurate information, and encourage others to seek help without fear or shame. You may not know who is struggling silently, but your words, your openness, and your compassion could be the reason someone finally feels safe enough to ask for help.